This is a Pint-Size Media podcast production.
Hi, I'm Lauren Edmonds, and this is the Lauren Edmonds Podcast. I'm talking all things education and parenting for children in the primary school years, but specifically for remedial and special needs children. I hope to give you my insights that I've gained over the last 12 years of in-field research, owning a special needs school in Johannesburg, as well as the academic research I've been doing for decades. I hope you enjoy it. Today I want to talk about acceptance and what that means when your child is struggling. If we think about the change cycle starts with denial, and it moves through a series of different points, and not necessarily, definitely not in a linear way, but it moves into and out of anger and bargaining and depression and maybe back to denial. And the goal is to try and get you to acceptance. But acceptance is such an interesting thing for a parent to get to, or to think about getting to, because in some ways we understand the word acceptance as giving up. And I really want to talk about how acceptance is absolutely not giving up. Acceptance for me is understanding what is and the current situation you find yourself in, and accepting that to be true and then moving out of that, rather than this idea of accepting and then letting it be at that and not doing anything about it. I lean into quite a few sort of really big thinkers in the 1900s. If you look at Carl Rogers, he was an American psychologist, and he spoke about the curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. And that really sums up what I think of acceptance as, or what I'm thinking of when I'm asking a parent to lean into where their child is right now and who their child is. Michelangelo, who sculpted David, he was asked the question, how did you get to the statue of David? And he said David was always in the rock. He was already there. It was the pieces that weren't David that needed to be chipped away. And I think that's what I'm trying to do with children. That's what I'm trying to talk about when I talk about acceptance. Reuven Feuerstein said, he's the founder of mediated learning. He said, if you love me, don't accept me for what I am. And if we can hold both of those together, then we can find acceptance for what is, and then we can move beyond that and understand that children can grow and develop, and that's their goal, that's their role. And when we accept and do nothing about it, especially when a child is as young as 6 or 7 or younger than that, or even slightly older. So the first step is to, as far as possible, lean into exactly who your child is and accept them for where they are, for the struggles that they are experiencing, whether it be academic or behavioral or emotional. They are where they are at. They cannot be any place other than there. They can't be at the top of the mountain when they're at the bottom of the mountain. Their journey is to get to the top.